Welcome to another episode of Game Boy Roulette, where we take a look at randomly chosen games from the Game Boy library. USHRA Monster Truck Wars. Wow, there is a lot going on in that title. Okay, there's a lot to unpack here, so let's start with some basics. USHRA is not in fact the name of one of Godzilla's enemies, but stands for United States Hot Rod Association, which oddly enough doesn't just oversee hot rods, but all sorts of vehicle competitions, one of which is of course monster trucks. Monster trucks never really interested me much, but there's no denying their popularity. Just something about giant wheels and crushing things really does it for tons of fans. And of course, with a setup like that, you better believe they're gonna make some games. The publisher, Acclaim, probably needs no introduction, but the developer definitely does, Gremlin Interactive. Also known as Gremlin Graphics Software, they were a British developer who eventually were bought out by Infogrames in the late 90s. But before that, they had quite a lot of games developed, ported, and published, ranging from well-known series such as Gauntlet and Monopoly, to total unknowns such as, and hold on to your hat for this game title, Hate, the hostile all-terrain encounter. Look, Europe had a much wider assortment of retro computers to game on, so it's inevitable that they ended up making some weird stuff. The cover is making out monster trucks to be a lot more awesome than they actually are, with all the fire and the explosions and the lightning, and there, front and center, is the most famous one of them all, Gravedigger. How did we end up with a most famous monster truck anyway? Rev up that engine and get ready to squash some cars. We're driving headfirst into USHRA Monster Truck Wars. USHRA Monster Truck Wars. Wait, did that say 4Kids? What did 4Kids have to do with this? Presented by Acclaim. Ooh, Monster Truck Wars. Ooh, this song is so close to being interesting. It's like just slightly off. Wow, there's really not much to do here. Difficulty, medium, trucks. Carolina Crusher, Gravedigger, of course. Wait, can I see their stats? Do the cars even have different stats or even different looks? I think we have to go with Gravedigger. Oh! Wow, look at how compressed that is. Oh, there we go, some stats. Home Kill Devil Hills. A bow tie motor? Well, now I gotta play, is it? Start game. Next race in Philadelphia. Okay. G Digger. Ah, yes. Time trial heats. Which one am I? Maybe this one, the bottom one. Okay, I'm holding A and I am moving around the track. Uh-oh. Oh no, this sound. Oh, this sound is dreadful. Oh, this sound is so annoying. Race over. What? I did not. Okay, I'll try again. As far as I can tell, B does absolutely nothing. Oh god, this is controlling really badly. It's like this... I used to play this off-road racing game on arcade, but it was a lot smoother because it had an actual wheel that you were driving with. 24? How am I supposed to shave 4 seconds off of that? All the trucks look the same. Oh, whoa, God, what did I do? What? I got a massive speed boost, what the hell? What? Is it because I crushed those cars? Wait, what happened? Okay, give me a sec, I want to check something. If you run over cars and completely crush them, there are boosts you get. Either repairs, cash, or a nitrous boost. Aha. Okay. Ooh, I qualified as first place, even though I got last place twice in a row. Oh, no. Is this the same track? Oh, God, how do I explain this? It's weird. It's both too tight and too loose at the same time. What? Your truck got so damaged you can actually finish the race? Only healthy monsters are allowed. What? What happened? What did I do? I have to start over? I can't even begin to guess what happened there. Okay, clearly Gravedigger wasn't doing it for us. Taurus, I believe in you. Oh god, no. Oh no, it's the same thing. Oh, there's a power-up up there, that M. Oh, for God's... Okay, in the middle of the race, to see how damaged you are, you actually have to pause the game and look at it yourself. Oh, God. Okay, as I was trying to say, the game is very loose and also very tight. It's loose because I slide all over the place, but in terms of turning, it's really, really, like, overly tight. Okay, so the idea is you run over the cars to get a power-up, but most of the time it looks like the power-up appears behind you, which for a one-lap race doesn't really help much. Out of the way, jerk. that car is missing some of its carness. Man, this kind of game really does benefit from the steering wheel. Hang on, let's send the momentum to a grinding halt while I check my status. My chest is at 6%. What? It doesn't seem to go up that quickly. What destroyed it last time? Yeah, the power-ups appear behind you? Why? Oh god. Why? I actually couldn't move there. That was the equivalent of a blue shell. I'm starting to, at the very least, get used to the controls. Now I'm wondering what's going to happen for other races. If it's going to be any different. I get $100. I have 1 point. Oh! Upgrades. I can either repair or upgrade. Oh. But it doesn't tell me what each one does. Now to Baltimore. Let's see what this race is like. Oh no, it's the exact same. Oh god, I've barely talked about it, but the sound. It's not the most grating sound I've heard on a Game Boy game, but boy, it's up there. I actually am getting better at the game. Oh, I'm up against Gravedigger. What's the point of choosing your truck if they all look the same? Oh, I hold B to use nitrous once I have it. And it does a small amount of boost. Oh god. You just get caught on everything as you fly around the track. The sound isn't fun. The music when it plays isn't that good. There's not a lot to like here. Mostly it's just the same thing over and over, it looks like. When monster trucks, aren't they more about, like, not just racing, but big, crazy jumps and, I don't know, freestyle? I mean, I guess you can't really do much freestyle when you're looking at it from overhead, and they're just jiggling the sprite around a bit, but, man, this is just, there's so much more that could be done. At the very least, maybe slightly better controls. It's like racing on an ice level, but we're on a mud track, which is the exact opposite of ice level. Ooh, $300 this time. Can I afford anything? Look, I've never gotten the appeal of monster trucks, but certainly there's more to it than this, right? I qualified again, but at what cost? Yeah, it's just pretty nothing. It's the same race over and over with slightly different variations. Although, honestly, from my perspective, that does kind of sum up monster trucks as a whole, really. Maybe USHRA should have just stuck with hot rods or monster trucks, whatever. This was like a step-by-step on how not to make a racing game. First off, the actual controls were no good. They were extremely slippery, causing the trucks to bounce all around the track and making it extra hard to actually control your turns. And combined with a too tight turning radius, it felt more like a chore than a race. The power-ups appearing behind you meant it was really difficult to actually collect them, especially on the single-lap races. And the upgrades were a nice idea, but it looked like you had to grind the same races over and over just to afford them. But even if the game had played well, it doesn't get around the fact that every single race was the same. Same tile sets, same truck sprites no matter who's in the race, same awful background engine noise. There's nothing to look forward to because you've seen everything the game has to offer in the first few minutes. And without even nice graphics to look at, let alone a single change of scenery, it means I was bored pretty much by the time the first race ended. God, not even the trucks looked different. That's the least they could have done. What makes Monster Truck so popular was completely missed by this game, meaning you can miss it as well. With so many other better racing games to pick from on the Game Boy, this one can be successfully skipped without missing anything. Too bad, Gravedigger, your appearance was wasted. Seriously, how did we end up with a most famous monster truck? And that's all for another episode of Game Boy Roulette. Make sure to subscribe so you can follow the series as we continue to dig through the Game Boy vault. I'm Brian J, and I'll see you next time.